So Kevin, thanks for joining Blue Notes. And we're used to hearing banks talk about credit risk, but there's this whole other area of non-financial risk. Can you help us understand what comes under that umbrella?
Sure. Thanks, Brett. Look, understandably, given their role, banks have been very adept over many years at managing financial risks like credit risk that you mentioned. So in other words, the risk of us getting the money back that we've loaned to a customer. Other financial risks that we manage include things like market risk, which is to do with movements in interest rates and foreign exchange rates, and also looking at how we fund ourselves, be that capital or liquidity. But in relation to non-financial risk, that is essentially the risks that we run from managing our operations, our processes, and our systems. And at ANZ, we group them into what we call risk themes. So think about things like anti-money laundering, or financial crime, another way of describing it, like data, like fraud, like cybersecurity. And we take the management of these really, really seriously. The reason we do that is because if we get them right, then we minimize disruption to our customers. We also, at the same time, deliver a better banking experience for our customers, and we can ensure that the transactions they've got with us actually run smoothly.
Well, let's walk through a few of those topic areas. You mentioned financial crime. Can you tell us a little bit more about what banks are expected to do in that area?
Sure. Look, we work really closely in financial crime. So in the case of Australia, we work really closely with our key regulator, which is AUSTRAC. We also work with law enforcement agencies and also with other participants in the industry too as well. And what we try and do there is ensure that we can manage those risks. And when I say financial crime or anti-money laundering risks, what sort of risks are there? It could be to do with obviously laundering money, but laundering money for a purpose of tax evasion. It could be fraud. It could be even child exploitation. There could be a whole range of reasons as to why people do that. We've been very proactive in that over a number of years. Some recent examples that I think are worth mentioning might be the work that we did developing an algorithm to actually identify parties who were defrauding the National Disability Insurance Scheme. We shared that algorithm with AUSTRAC. They in turn shared that with other banks so that the entire system can be more safe and more secure. Another example is the work we did developing technologies to actually identify individuals who, when they make a payment to a customer, put some remarks with that payment that are clearly not appropriate. So we've been able to identify some of those. In instances, it's actually led to individuals ultimately being arrested for breaching AVOs and the like. So that's the type of activity that we do from a financial crime perspective.
Well, data security is obviously another area that's topical at the moment. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. Look, the digital landscape that we're operating in is just rapidly changing, and we need to respond to that rapidly changing environment. So data is a prized commodity, be that for state-sponsored actors, be that for others who are financially motivated. We've invested heavily in that. We have a team, we call it our Securities Operations Center. It operates 24 hours, 7 days a week. That team analyzes millions of data points every day to try and protect our customers, protect our staff, protect the system, and ultimately protect the wider community.
And finally, sanctions is a very interesting area. How does ANZ manage that risk?
Look, sanctions has become a more complex area, particularly over the last 2 years in particular. Obviously, with the Russia-Ukraine invasion, there was a significant increase in the number of sanctions. We've had to work really closely with government bodies, with our customers to make sure that we're not breaching and our customers are not breaching any of the sanction requirements that are imposed on us. And that means having to have really up-to-date tools and techniques available to you to be able to respond quickly when in a given day there could be multiple numbers of sanctions that are actually coming through that you need to update your systems for.
Kevin, thanks for joining Blue Notes.
Thank you.